Okay. So it's one of those moments again where I don't know what the hell to do. So today's day 157 of my daily animations. And once again, today I kind of prioritize resting. So I wasn't really thinking about too much today except just kind of chilling and resting. But I don't know. When I know what I want to do, it's much easier. But today I'm just gonna start drawing because that's what I do when I don't know what the hell to do. I just start to draw, and usually it's some face. Like in this case, it's some guy. Whoops, that line didn't come out right. Okay, there you go. Now it's some guy. I don't want to give too many details because to redraw all of that will be annoying. So here we go. It's some guy. Some guy's head. I don't know what the hell I'm making him wear, but here he is. Alright, so next frame. What is going to happen? Well, let's see. How about he turned his head, or how about this? We're going to go and change the angle. So maybe something like that. Okay. And the ears from top view would be something like this, right? Right now I'm just guessing. I still need to brush up on my anatomy. And I'm back. So, yeah, I was getting some notifications. I don't want that stuff popping up because that's just disruptive. Okay, there we go. So he's there. Here's a shoulder. What the hell am I doing? I need to look at a reference at some point of the human body like this. But I don't have too much time right now, so I'm trying to animate something really quickly. So there we go. Now let's add some in-betweens. Let's add an in-between to that. So now let's see. I'm gonna draw something over here. And how would that look? The ear would have to be somewhere over here, like that or something, right? So the ear would have to look like this. So yeah, today was rest day. People I know are planning things and planning events and stuff that they want me to be part of. So that stuff is happening. You know, people reaching milestones in their lives and things. And yeah, it's good. It's good, you know, to reach those points in your life. And yeah, I mean, I hope it goes well for them. I mean, they make their own decisions, so it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I work today as well. I work right now 6 days a week, basically. 6 days a week I have to do things that give money, if you want to put it in that way, right? Right, okay. That looks way off, first of all. So what do I do in that case? Maybe it's the volume. Volume. How do you pronounce that correctly? Maybe I'm being too lenient in the angle that all of this over here looks in the mouth area. So now, I do not recommend animating like this, though if you want to just keep it going, because my goal right now is just to do daily animations, and improvement, with the theory that improvement is inevitable the more I do this. But of course, if I keep animating like this, I don't know how much I'm going to improve. But we'll see. I'm already on day 157, right? And so far, at least, the good part is I'm getting these done. So when I look back, there's a lot of things that I've made. And it's just good to to be working on this. Because rather than sitting around wondering, okay, well, I mean, let me just think or maybe wonder what to do or whatever, is just get to doing it. Get to doing it. Just get to working. Get to working on it. Because otherwise, I'll just sit around wondering what to do. And then I just not really get much done. And that's the problem. Many people, I guess they're working on some big project and then they're just kind of like trudging along at it. And it's like whatever, right? So this is just to kind of keep the energy there. Okay, this in between is not too good, but I think I'm just gonna have to get over it because I don't have much time. I'm on a timer. I always wait way too long to get to doing these, but that's when it really strikes me to do it. I'm just used to doing it at this time. And I was sleeping earlier because, yeah, I need to recover my lack of sleep during the week. Because it's back to the rat race after this. Back to the rat race. One day I'll get out, and doing these is part of that. Because the better I get at this, and hopefully this YouTube channel could take off, and I can hopefully get some support or generate some type of revenue. Hopefully I find something valuable I can offer with this YouTube page to any of you watching this. Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna add another in between over here. So like I said, I'm not too happy with how this is coming out right now, but I have to get over that. That's another part you kind of have to let go of. Some things can't be too perfectionisty. It's good to strive to improve, but you also have to move on as well, because otherwise you'll never finish anything. A lot of these are just quick sketches, and would I consider these finished? I still have yet to post any real finished thing, but I am working on a few things, and I'll post some videos of those on my Patreon. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link on my video, and you can see that there. You can see how the other things that I'm working on are coming along on my Patreon page, which I'm also working on through here. Okay, so his mouth was there, then it's here, then it's there. Okay. So meaning I have to kind of in between that, right? Okay. So the only thing with doing finished works here is that this is FlipaClip, and the problem with FlipaClip is the coloring. The paint bucket tool isn't so good. The coloring, the tools are nice. I like the tools. I like the pencil tools and all the tools and the coloring tools. They're nice, but you can't really. The paint bucket tool isn't very good, and it's crucial to have a good paint bucket tool, because otherwise I'm just coloring everything over and over. I'm just like trying to color stuff like this over and over, and I have to do that for every frame rather than just use a paint bucket tool, which would be, see, look what the paint bucket tool does. It has no sensitivity. It has no it has no sensor like in Flash, or now it's called Adobe Animate CC, but back then it's called Flash. And that, I could just put the paint bucket tool there and it would just fill in the areas, and things would just get done much quicker. And then there's the paint behind tool, which is also very useful. Here I just now have to make a completely new layer instead, and then maybe merge them. I don't know too much about that, but right now, so that's an issue. The coloring, so that slows things down. That slows down the work pace. The fact that you can't really use that too much. Okay, first of all, I think I'm gonna need to pivot this one. Maybe a little more that way. But first of all, I need to extend the onion skin because I need to see what the heck is coming before. There it is, okay. Looks like it's pivoting around there, so I'm just gonna move that instead. So now it looks a little more smoother. Okay, let me put this back now. So do one. Okay. And here we go. So now I'm just more keyframing, more guesswork. I need to do less guesswork, more anatomy drawing. Shame on me. For real though, I really need to brush up on my anatomy stuff. I'm already on day, 157? And my anatomy drawings haven't improved. Well, because I haven't really been doing drawing lately. I've more been just focused on doing animations. But the fact that I know what I need to improve is already part of, that's already half the battle. Knowing what you need to improve on. It's like like Alcoholics Anonymous, where they say knowing you're an addict is like one of the first steps. Knowing you have a problem. Right? So I know I have a problem with my anatomy drawing. So I have to improve that. I know I have the problem, so I will eventually tackle it, whether it's tomorrow or in the next few weeks or maybe next year. Maybe I won't even get to that until the end. I'd rather because until the 365 days, even though I'm not really thinking about 365 days, because when I start putting goals like that, then you got to live up to it, and it just becomes tougher. And then that kind of starts constricting you. So whether I only do 200 days or 400 days, it's whatever. But I intend to keep this going as long as I can, while having to work 6 days a week, which kind of eats away at my psyche. Just working kind of eats away at your mental energy, but it is what it is. So you just have to figure it out, right? Because there's life as well. This is me trying to draw life. I still have enough time to make the buzzer, which is 12 a.m. Right now it's 11:39 as I'm doing this. Okay, that doesn't look too bad, but this, of course, is without reference. Okay, so where's his other shoulder? I mean, the shoulder would be over here, realistically. Okay, so let's add another in between here. Because the way this is coming along is just so... Oh, man. This is just coming along so weird. But oh well. Get over it. I'll do better next time. The more the anatomy stuff improves. And I have to check a reference next time. references are good. References. But the whole thing is, I want to get this to a point where I don't have to reference too much. But then again, I mean, you need to use references. You always have to use references. But I mean, in the sense of I don't want to be spending too much time on this stuff because my time is limited. Because I work full time, 6 days a week, and yeah. So time is limited, and you just gotta try and figure it out, make it work with the limited time that you have. Especially, you know, the limited time that we have on this planet. That's another thing. We're not here forever. Unfortunately, I gotta knock on wood because I would like to last as long as I can. So I gotta get. So that's another thing, like. Just trying to get these things done as quick. I mean, getting these things done because, yeah, realizing we're not here forever. Okay, so now let's add some more in-betweens. Let's add another one here, just because it makes it more smooth. I mean, it won't necessarily be smooth if the volume is all wonky. But oh well. So I didn't know what I was gonna do this time, so this is what I ended up doing. I see a lot of people on Instagram, they post all these cool like fight sequences and all this like Sakuga stuff. And it's great. I'd love to do that sometime. Eventually I'd like to get to that point. But I guess the thing is I don't know what the hell to draw with that. But an idea will hit me eventually. The more I keep doing these. I mean, I did a few type of stuff like that in the beginning. The first few days, if you check my Instagram, like within the first, I think like 20 days, I was doing some fight scenes and stuff. But now I'm like more doing just smaller exercises. I guess it's like when you start off something, you start off with so much energy, so much stuff you want to try, and then later you're like, okay, now what else is there to try? But it's more like I'm kind of now trying to like work on some longer form stuff. So I have a few things that I'm working on. Doing one thing for, I'm still working on that like Derek and Tamika story by Coach Greg Adams that he was talking about, and I thought it was hilarious, and I just imagined the whole like animated thing as he was telling it, and I was like, man, I need to animate this already, because I was already wanting to animate a few things of his since before, and then this time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna animate, like I really want to animate this one. And then in the video he says, man, someone should animate this, and I was like, oh my goodness, is the universe speaking to me right now? Because it's just such a coincidence. I'm just there like, okay, I'm gonna take a note of this, I'm gonna animate this eventually, I'm gonna get to this, and then he says, man, someone should animate this. And at that point I was like, okay, he spoke it. So at this point, whoever else who's an animator who's watching his video is probably gonna get the same idea, and now the race is on. So I said, now I really gotta get this done before someone else comes in and then does it, and then I'm just gonna be there sitting there thinking, man, I had this thought this entire time and I didn't do it. But I did it. It's day 1, I think it's day 104. I animated part of it. But man, I like rushed that thing like hell. I was just like drawing. I rushed that like hell. And I'm still working on that. You can check that out on my Patreon. I'm going to be posting videos like this of my progress with that. So now I have something for people to watch over there. I'm still getting this channel started. So thank you for your support. Please subscribe and like the video so this appears on the feed. Still trying to kind of figure out what will be the niche with this. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Okay. So at this point, what else am I gonna add? Let's See, look how quickly this came out. Even though this doesn't look too great, it looks alright when you watch it in motion. There's still a lot that needs to be fixed here, right? Where can I add another keyframe? But it looks pretty, I mean, there's not many keyframes I really need to add. I mean, I can make some adjustments with the nose, maybe. Because he had a certain nose shape in the beginning, and I want to at least keep that. And you see this over here, how the nose went out like that. Why did it go out and then it did that, right? You don't want it to do that. Okay, if you're gonna do that, just stick to that. Even though it should be coming out. Whatever. I just have to get over it for now. Because I have to post this on my social media now, on my Instagram and my TikTok and my Twitter. Well, I haven't really been posting on Twitter enough because I guess I really need to be posting this on Twitter. I've been posting it consistently on TikTok and on Instagram, but I need to post on Twitter as well. We need more eyes on this stuff. Okay, so now the next step is, how much time do I have? I have 13 minutes. And of course I want to post this before the 13 minutes are up. Way before, because part of this is me having to post it, add the description. So this is day, and I have to make sure I have the right day. Why am I trying to, you can take my time on drawing the A. Day 157. Let me just make sure this is the right date. Let's see, date 157. Let's see, what is the most recent one? It's like I'm losing track of my days, am I? Day 156 was yesterday, yes. Okay, day 157. Day 157, and put my @ art. Oops. There we go. Art of bypass. Thank you all for those who've been following me on this journey. You know, one great thing, one nice thing about this. So I was watching people doing animations on Instagram, and I saw some people, they were doing some daily animations. Most notably, one person named like Zoray 99, was it Zoray 99? Zoray something. I don't know off the top of my head right now. Yeah, Zoray 99. So he was doing these daily animations, and then it just hit me. I was like, there it is. That's what I need to do. Just daily animations, and like he wasn't even like posting any like complete stuff. He was just posting some daily animation stuff. I posted a few animations before, but like they were part of projects for stuff. But in this case, it was just some. He was doing some drafts and just kind of exploring and trying to improve on stuff. So that's what happened. And I said, that's what I need to do. So I started it. Like he was already reaching the end of his challenge. He was doing like 365 days. But I said, I'm just gonna start it. Let me see if I can get to day 10. And here I am at day 157. So I'm glad that I was able to keep this going this far. What I didn't expect was that I would find other people, because Zoray 99, he had quite a big following at that point, and he ended up amassing followers somehow while doing those challenges, and people were following him to see what he would do next. So I said, let me start that, and let me just do it with the goal of doing it, because I eventually wanted to start this YouTube page and get things going here, because I do animations. I love animation. I've been doing animation since I was like 10 or 11, but I kind of like stagnated for a while, and part of that was because of the flow of work, like a lot of barriers, a lot of like, what do you call, friction. Okay, here we go. So I'm pretty much done with this. It's 11:50. I have 10 minutes to post this. I would love to color this, but if only I started sooner. And I'm supposed to post this before 12. So I could keep going and coloring it, but at this point I need to post it. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna be posting other videos with me working on other stuff that is not necessarily part of this daily animation challenge. So please subscribe and give this video a like, and yeah, you can support me on Patreon. Yeah, you can support me on Patreon if you'd like, or PayPal. The links will be in the description. And yeah, once again, yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey. And if there's anything you'd like to see me try and animate for this daily challenge, let me know. All right? Yeah, thank you.